A, consider the cost function. Let's see, notice this is thousands of dollars. What is the marginal cost at production level x equals 4? Now, anytime you see the word marginal, that just means take the derivative. So we just want to find the derivative of cost, which if we have 6x squared plus 12x plus 20, that'd be 6 times 2x plus 12, or 12x plus 12. Okay. Now, if we want to figure out what that is at 4, specifically, we just plug 4 in. So 12 times 4 plus 12 should give me what, 60? Okay, so this tells me that my marginal cost at x equals 4 is 60. Now, what does this mean for me? This means that at x equals 4 items, okay, if we increase by one more item, the cost should go up by about 60. Now, in this case, that was thousands of dollars, so $60,000. So apparently this costs a lot for us to make. Okay, that was part A. Part B. Use the marginal cost at x equals 4 to estimate the cost of producing 4.25 units. Okay, so look what we said here. If at x equals 4 units, if we increase by one item, the cost should go up by about 60,000. So that means if we go up from 4 to 4.25, that means we're going up 0.25 on x, so cost should go up by 0.25 times 60,000. Now, of course, the textbook has very fancy formulas for this, but why memorize a formula when you can just think about it? So if we went 0.25 upon x, cost should go up 0.25 times the 60,000, or 15,000. Okay, so we estimate cost will go up by about 15,000. Okay, C. Our revenue equals this function. List the revenue in thousands of dollars generated from the production of x units. What is our break-even point? Now, break-even point is when C of x equals R of x. They said when revenue is equal to cost. So this is non-calculus. This is just take these two functions, set them equal to each other. So 6x squared plus 12x plus 20, negative x squared plus 31x plus 26, and let's solve for x. Okay. You can do this on your own. Just move everything over to one side, use the quadratic equation, or plug it into a calculator or something. And we get that x equals, let's see, what did we get? Negative 2/7, or x equals 3. Now, you can't produce negative items, so just ignore that as nonsensical. So our break-even point would be at 3. So at 3 items, our cost and revenue would be the same. Okay, so looking at this specific problem, I've graphed the two functions. So the 6x squared, that is our cost, right? And the negative x squared was our revenue. Okay. So you can see on this one, our revenue is actually higher than cost until we get to x equals 3. So revenue higher, and then after x equals 3, revenue is actually lower. And so I could tell just looking at this that we don't want to make more than 3 items or we're going to be losing money. I don't know what kind of business plan this would be if you only have 3 items, but that's what it comes up with the numbers they gave us. Okay. So that is our break-even point. And for part D, compare the marginal revenue and marginal cost at the break-even point. So marginal revenue is you take the derivative of revenue, which we haven't actually done yet. And the revenue was, let's see, better write it somewhere. The revenue was negative x squared plus 31x plus 26. So the derivative of that, or the marginal revenue, would be negative 2x plus 31 plus nothing. Okay, because if you come back up, sorry, I should have showed you. Compute and compare the marginal revenue and marginal cost at the break-even point. So if you want to see what it is at 3, since that's our break-even point, negative 2 times 3 plus 31 is 25. So at x equals 3 items, if you increase by 1 item, then the revenue goes up by $25,000. Doesn't sound too bad, but we should probably compare what our marginal cost is as well. So C prime of x, we found that up above, and it was 12x plus 12, right, if I remember. I think it all got erased. Okay, so the marginal cost at 3 equals 12 times 3 plus 12, which equals 48. So at x equals 3 items, if you increase by 1 item, the cost goes up by 48,000. So we don't want to make more than 3 items because the cost goes up faster than the revenue, which makes sense with what we saw here. Remember, the break-even point was at 3 and the revenue had been higher, but now the revenue is lower. So if you go higher than 3, you're going to be spending more money than you make.